Dog Pound's in the building. I'm your boy JYD. Welcome to the FAMBA show. This week, oh man, I got a special one this week. This is a cat I've known since he was like, down here, but now he's like up here. This is Louisville's #1 recruit. I'm getting ready to bring him to the stage, and the Dog Pound show is getting ready to show him a lot of love. Hey, I want y'all to welcome my boy, Trentyn Flowers. What's up, T?
What's going on, fam? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. But I'm not doing as good as you, because what you're doing is going to the top of the charts when it comes to this basketball game. Talk about, where you are yesterday. Obviously, this week you were graduating, and you took the step of reclassing. Man, you went from down here to up here, man. Tell us about that.
Man, it was a long recruiting process. Coming to my high school, my freshman year, I only had one offer, and then just gradually gaining. I finished with about 50. So just having to cut down on my schools, and then going to 13 schools, then looking at 13, and then cutting it down to a top 5, and just always liking Louisville, and for what it was kind of like I knew where I wanted to go. So it was a long process. Like you seen, me and my dad.
JY.
Yeah.
It kicked us out, right?
Is that what happened? Because it was just y'all were going, and then
it just kicked us out.
Bro, I was talking, and then my
It was talking. I went out, and then I see him went out. It just started spinning. Just went out.
wow, I don't know if that's your internet or what. Because we were just talking, and it just
went completely out. I said, whoa, we went
right.
down on that. Now we back. I'm back in. Trent, you back in? He back in. Okay.
Yeah. I'll wait for him to sit down, because he's moving. He's moving and shaking.
Okay. Sit down. That was good too.
Technical difficulties. You gotta love me.
All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead, back to what you were saying. So you were talking about being at 50 Division I offers, and now you got to cut it down.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, to 13?
Yes, sir. It was crazy. A lot of schools I had built really good relationships with, and having 50, and then having everybody just call your phone every day, and especially with the live period opening up for us, with college coaches can contact us at any time. It wasn't like now I'm graduated, so I'm getting ready to head to college, but at that time I was only a junior, so that was my first time ever being able to talk to coaches, and for them being able to call and text me. So my parents did a great job of helping me navigate that, and it was a long process. So, when I told them I was kind of ready to cut my list down to 5, we just chose what 5 best fits were for me, and what my career could potentially be like at both schools. And then once we weighed everything, that's how I ended up at Louisville. So.
And the restrictions themselves, like you said, as a junior, a little bit different, because when you're a senior, you can talk to your potential suitors that are out there recruiting you, but as a junior, you have less time to actually communicate. That's
for sure.
Tough.
And then reclassifying up too, it was kind of like my process was a lot shorter than other people's. So.
But I think you're setting the stage, you're setting the precedence, because now, other kids are looking at you like, man, look at what Trentyn Flowers did.
Yes,
And
sir.
I'm just gonna bring up something really quick that I was able to pick up on during your recruitment process is, you know, some of the things that people were actually saying about you, right?
Okay.
So Paul Bancardi, you know, he said Kentucky and Duke finished 1 and 2 in 2023 recruiting class rankings, while Louisville landed early graduate Trentyn Flowers and jumped from unranked to number 7.
Yes, sir.
So you took a class that wasn't even on the list. You had Kentucky, Duke, UConn, Michigan State. They all on this list. Louisville wasn't even on the map.
For sure.
And now, boom, they're number 7 because of you. I mean, let's get into the real roots and the weeds of this. You making big time moves.
Yes, sir. You know, man, it was really just, Paul and Carter, they re-ranked in the 24 class. I was 23 or 24. In the 23 class rankings, we had no idea where I was going to be at. And then I ended up finishing at 17 and, it ended up being a 5-star in that 2023 class. So that was a blessing all in itself. And, our recruiting class is really good. We got Dennis Evans. He's a great player, 7 foot, can block shots. We got Curtis Williams, a really versatile forward, and also Caleb Good too. So, we got, other good dudes. But, as far as our recruiting class goes, to be number 7 is crazy. So, we're up there with everybody else. And, coming from a school that was 4-28 last year, I feel like that was just a great start on itself.
That's definitely a great start. And right now, we are IP FAMBA. You're watching FAMBA TV. I'm on with top recruit Trentyn Flowers, just committed to Louisville about a month ago, and he's tearing up the charts. But we want to make sure that we give you guys a little glimpse into what you're going to come to expect from this young player. Let's take Man, when you want to talk about shots going in the basket, I mean, Trentyn, I think I got to bring in your former trainer,
Yes,
who's
sir.
actually putting the work in,
And
Mr.
present.
Travis Flowers himself. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, JY?
Hey, man, it's always a pleasure having you on. Got your son on. I had to bring the dad in because people don't understand the type of work. They see the finished product, but they don't really take into account how kids get to that point. So I thought, hey, what better person to explain it than you?
For sure.
Nah. I don't know what's going on. Anyway,
Go ahead, Travis. Tell
but
us
yeah,
about
no,
yourself.
you know what? It's been a journey. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of sacrifice, and I think that's what's missing, and the expectations that's missing from a lot of these generations is that, how much work and sacrifice it does take. Trentyn evidently missed out on a lot of things, but he was committed to the process. So I believe that's really what helped him. and let him be in the position he is today.
You know, Trentyn has done what a lot of players have tried to do. And, you know, when it comes to players making this type of impact from a college perspective, and he takes a school that was unranked into the top 7 in rankings and recruitment, you know, that's huge. And at IP FAMBA TV, we talk about NIL, and we talk about student athletes and what they're able to accomplish from a perspective of who they are and what they bring to the table. And Trentyn is one of those type of players that can change a program. So talk a little bit about name, image, and likeness, Trentyn, and what you feel as though, you know, seeing your lens and your perspective from being a top recruit with over 50, narrowing it down to your top 5, and ultimately committing to Louisville.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Okay, sorry, go out a little bit. You know, my lens on NIL is, you know, I think it's great. I think it's a great space. I feel like it's good for players, you know, especially that trying to get their branding out there, and you know, you can. It really just, you know, it helps your marketability, and you can, you know, join or be a part of some great things or great companies. You know, when you start getting paid, it's a business. You know, I feel that for a player like me, you know, my goal is the NBA. So to be able to, you know, learn how to manage money early, and then, you know, also just being able to, you know, bring the professional aspect to it, you know, I think is amazing. You know, even though we're still in college, you know, I've always heard, you know, once you start getting paid, it's a job. So, you know, I'm approaching this like a job, and I'm just trying to get ready for, you know, my next step after college. So, you know,
Yeah, absolutely. It is a job, and you're approaching it just that way, in terms of what you're doing and what you're bringing. I want to hear what some of these other coaches are saying about you. So let's roll this tape.
Left corner, now Trentyn Flowers connects. It's a big time splashdown from one of the nation's best. Flowers started to cook for 3. Now they'll enter with Trentyn Flowers. He'll take one dribble with the right, pull the shot. Trentyn Flowers this time, the spin back to the right, and the spin, the 360 around the rim. Trentyn Flowers, top of the key 3, splashdown. Ooh, Flowers, wow. Yes sir. Trentyn Flowers worked around a wall. The corner giving to Flowers. It's a deep one in Flowers. A triple of his own. Off the elbow, Trentyn Flowers fixing the net. Here's a breakaway on the other end. Trentyn Flowers, hands down, pulled the rim to his chin.
Trentyn Flowers is having a moment.
Here comes Colin Earl. Trentyn Flowers, goodness gracious, open lane. Yes, sir.
Combine shoot him out of it. Looks like they are.
Trentyn Flowers, another 3. It'll force a timeout.
Right idea, just a bad pass.
Flowers, foot on the line. Deep 2. He got it. Trentyn Flowers. Achanda switches on him. Flowers through the paint. Up with the left hand. Smack the glass wall. You're at it. Put it in for 2. Trentyn Flowers down to the baseline. Works back towards the cup. The right-handed finish and a big man bucket for the Louisville commit. Showing the emotion.
That was a big play from Flowers.
Free ball from the left corner. Now Trentyn Flowers connects. It's a big time splashdown from one of the nation's best. Flowers started to cook for 3. Now
You're watching the FAMBA show. JYD, I'm here with my special guest for today, Trentyn Flowers. Also, his dad is in the building. So you just watched some footage. Trentyn, just explain your game. I want you to explain to people the inside game, the two-way player. Who do you pattern yourself after?
I like to look at guys like Jason Tatum and Paul George, and also Tracy McGrady too. You know, me being 6'8", 6'9", really pushing 6'9" now. I've grown. So, you know, just being as athletic as I am, and you know, being extremely versatile, being able to, you know, score at all 4 levels. You know, I just like to be able to do everything in my game. You know, there's nothing else that I can't do. So, you know, I can pass, dribble, shoot at a high level, and you know, I'm also a two-way player too. So I'm a well-rounded, versatile player.
Well, you mentioned Tracy McGrady. I mean, Tracy McGrady is one of those guys that I played against. I love because he was the Kevin Durant of our era, probably a little bit more dynamic when it comes to, you know, the flash points of being able to go to the basket. And at 6'9", that was pretty devastating. Kevin Durant's obviously about, you know, 6'11", right at 7 feet. And with that wingspan, a little different. But that 6'9" guy, Tracy McGrady, is definitely, you know, Hall of Fame, that category of player that was doing it on both ends, blocking shots. And you mentioned Paul George, another two-way guy. You know, you remind me, and your game reminds me a little bit of Paul George in terms of those things that he's able to do, shooting the tray ball and getting after it defensively. You really get after it. What motivates you to really put yourselves in that position on the court to be that type of leader?
Man, you know, me, I'm just a dog. You know, I've always been one since a young age. You know, every time I step on the court, you know, I feel that I'm the best. And, you know, I don't want to show nothing less than it. So, you know, every time, you know, I touch the court, I try to play like it's my last. So, you know, that's really my process going into it.
When you look at, you know, Trav,
Yes, sir.
developing your son and getting him to this point and looking at the whole recruitment process and the landscape, the different products that are out there, the NIL deals that are out there. Talk to a little bit about, you know, how for athletes, made by athletes, and you guys' decision to come on board and be one of those brand ambassadors for IP FAMBA as a company, to allow your son to really, you know, push the envelope and try to get other young athletes involved in their NIL.
No, you know what? You know, as I said before, it's a journey to kind of get this ball rolling and get to this point, right? I mean, every young player is their dream to be, you know, considered a top 20, top 10, top player, right, in their class, right? It's like you're the 1% of 1%, as I always say. But for Trentyn to be in this situation, our relationship with you and the IP FAMBA, I thought was imperative for what we're trying to do. You know, we're not agent represented and all this other stuff, you know, as a lot of these other families are. So we want to show folks that there's another avenue, a way of building, if that's kind of, you know, the family's liking, but there's other avenues to kind of create and build your brand, and do it in a way that you want to do it, and more custom to who you are and more authentic to the process, instead of just kind of being put in to this pool of other candidates. And then now you're trying to figure out, you know, where do I really fit in, right? Because, you know, you got a lot of these agencies that have NBA players already. They have some of the top tier kids. And so everybody's kind of fighting for the same thing. And so I think, you know, platforms like IP FAMBA allows us to kind of get out here, do things our way, create a little bit more exposure, brand awareness. Those things are important because we are doing it more at this stage, more independently. You know, not saying that we won't, you know, team up in the future, but I do believe that even if there's a future opportunity with an agency, I think, you know, we're more trying to have more of a partnership, relationship where we can continue to bring in those IP FAMBAs and things that is important to us.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think that, you know, from a brand perspective, when you have guys like Trentyn, who are leaders and really step out there from education. Trentyn, what was your grade point average graduating?
4.0.
See, that 4.0, like that sets the standard. Like you're not only an athlete, but you really put student ahead of the athlete part.
Yes,
and
sir.
That's a part of your journey. The importance of what you're able to do off the court is also equally important, and knowing your value. And that's what IP FAMBA is trying to do. And we appreciate you coming on board, because that allows us to promote the fact that you are a student athlete who's getting involved in NIL. Talk about a little bit about, you know, what you're looking forward to in this framework that is now NIL?
Man, I feel like, NIL nowadays, it's starting to become a really big thing. This is a way that you can start using your voice. You can start expressing, who you are as a person and, what you like to do. So, that's one thing I'm looking forward to because, when I'm not playing basketball, I want people to know me for what I am, not only on the court, but also off the court too. And, what I like to do. So, when it comes to that aspects of things, I think is amazing. And, it's just great brand and marketing. So, I feel like NIL is offering a lot of great things nowadays. And, I believe that it was, one of the best decisions that the NCAA has made. So.
And I want to bring your dad back in on this question because you've done a lot, with managing your son, done a great job, you and your wife, in terms of making sure he has the proper businesses and different things that can network and get together that's going to be able to propel him. On ipfamba.com, you can go online and check out Trentyn Flowers NFTs. In the top left-hand corner of the screen, it says sign up for IP FAMBA. You go use that link and you can look up Trentyn1 at IP FAMBA, and you can actually go through his wallet and purchase an NFT today. So we want everybody to go there right now, sign up and get your Trentyn Flowers at Trentyn1 on IP FAMBA and purchase a NFT from Trent because he's going to benefit. His family's going to benefit. And that's what NIL is all about. NIL is about the families and the athletes who are putting their brands out there to benefit. So talk a little bit about what's your plan in terms of some of the NFTs you've already kind of put on the stage for Trent.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's going to be more to come. He's going to be doing some other. Oh, there we go. Okay. He's going to be doing some other lifestyle things. He's got some shoots coming up with schools. So you're going to be able to really kind of, get a wide variety of things for.
Trentyn, there's your NFT right there. I know your dad got cut off, but he's going to come right back in. But your NFT is something that people are able to go on and purchase.
Yes, sir. That's hard.
That's fire right there. So Trentyn is obviously coming in and out, but the there he is. He's back.
Yeah. Oh,
He's
okay.
back. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I think there's going to be a wide variety of opportunities for folks to go on and purchase some exclusive, more limited edition NFTs. I think your platform allows him to create some moments that you traditionally wouldn't be able to capture. You get what I'm saying? So there's another big topic that's coming up is USA, to be able to purchase an exclusive edition of Trentyn USA basketball is invited to go play on the U19s stage. It's going to allow him to create some NFTs right on the spot,
Right.
putting on a jersey the first time.
Yep.
The world, before the world even sees him in a USA uniform. And I think that's going to be of some great value. So anybody that goes out there and purchase, you're going to have a one-on-one experience of Trentyn Flowers doing his thing, USA basketball. And, it's you're going to be, forever blessed to be a part of this journey in history.
And not only that, but, USA basketball, I remember when I made the USA basketball team back in 1995 with Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan, Ray Allen, Hall of Famers. But then I had to go back to summer school, so I didn't go to Japan and get the gold medal. But Trentyn gets to go do those things, once he's selected on the USA team.
Absolutely.
I think it would be awesome if Trentyn, and I'm gonna let you announce it here first if you decide to, that you're gonna have your own USA basketball locker room show with Trentyn Flowers
For sure.
on the IP FAMBA TV network. It's up to you. I'm putting the ball in your court.
Oh,
you
nah.
go ahead and tell the world if you interested in that proposal right now.
Oh man, I'm more than interested. I'm down. USA is a blessing all in itself, and then, hopefully we can get some gold medal pictures in there too. So, I would enjoy that.
Hey, the people want to see it. They want to see not only the gold medal, but also they want to see how you bring it to the table and bring it home, because that's going to be a lot of highlights.
Yes,
and
sir.
I know it's going to be highlights because your dad trained you.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Facts. It's gonna be great. I think, one of the cool things about USA too, JY, is that, Trentyn is a reclass. It's a U19 team. Trentyn just turned 18.
Wow.
I don't know if USA have ever had a U19 player, which is, primarily college kids and then some incoming guys in the class. But he's going to be definitely probably the youngest on the team.
Yep.
And he's going to have this experience of a lifetime as an incoming dude that just reclassed, and to be a part of the USA team, I think is going to cement some type of history all in itself. So, let's not forget that, he is coming in as a reclass and have an opportunity to be on this team. But I think he's more than prepared. What people have seen of Trentyn Flowers since the end of the season to now, I can tell you that he's more explosive. He's a lot stronger. He's shooting the ball from Curry land very, very well, and just really tighten his handles. And so we're expecting a lot of big things from him, and I hope that he can, be a part of that history. Just like you were, to be able to put on that uniform and go represent the country for a gold medal.
Man, I know we're gonna all be tuned in, because Trentyn is the next up and coming superstar. And I'm not just saying that. I've seen the work that you guys have put in, and I know what type of work it takes.
Absolutely.
And, being somebody who's been there, and I'm just glad to be a part of his journey as he goes forward to do all these great things in the land of basketball. And it's not only that, but he's showing and being a leader for all these young kids out here who are looking for role models. A lot of times we see that, certain decisions that players make really affect them and their brands.
Absolutely.
And I'm always a champion and looking at people like Trentyn who have a good family foundation with a good mom and dad doing the right thing, and really getting him to the promised land. He went from Huntington Prep to Sierra Canyon, then to the Combine. That's a lot of movement. That's a lot of movement with parents who are invested. Like, that wasn't just making decisions just off the cuff. Those were all calculated decisions to help him propel him to where he is today. Absolutely. Now he's, like I said, bringing numbers to the table, because people really don't analyze what players can do financially to institutions. Louisville was not on any list for recruitment. They went to number 7. That's dollars in the bank.
Absolutely.
Then, USA Basketball being in the brand ambassador for the entire United States. To your point, U19 as an 18-year-old, that's unprecedented. So these are the types of things that, take your flowers for doing a great job of training, of commitment, of sacrifice from a family standpoint, financially, and everything that goes along with, putting your son and your whole family in this position. So great job. And
I appreciate that.
We honor you, man, because you had to do the work. 4.0, your dad can't go to class. He can't do those things. He doesn't do the drills. You got to want it. And we can see that you want it bad, and you're representing a lot of athletes, man. So at IP FAMBA, we're honored to have you as a brand ambassador. You're doing it big, and the dog pound is giving you the
Yes, sir.
what time it is. So we want everybody to tune in to Trentyn Flowers Show. It'll be coming soon as he takes his journey with USA Basketball. Everybody stay tuned and keep active. Go buy his NFT, and I want you all to give a salute to Mr. Trentyn Flowers.